greatest guys I've ever met. Huge inspiration. You know, the advice he gave me made me like $50,000 in 1 hour. A super fucking human. He just doesn't go up. He doesn't quit. He's one of the most well-known salespeople out there, sales trainers in the fucking country. Very impressive guy. Give it up for my guy, Max and Jimenez, baby.
I was under contract with this moron, and
wait a minute. You were under contract already to sell this property with someone?
Yes, I was, but he backed out at the last minute, like yesterday last.
Can you tell me a little more about that?
Yeah, So I thought he was buying it for himself to like he's an investor, so I thought he was buying it for himself to do his own renovation. And then he was going to either sell it to someone or he was going to use both houses as rental income. I didn't care which one he did or what he did. But that was the way he made it sound to me. So he made me an offer really close to my 180 that I want. And he said, okay, this is what we're going to do, blah, blah, blah. You'll have like 2 weeks to get all your stuff out. And so I thought we were closing in 2 weeks. And
yeah, you thought it was done. You thought they were going to make it happen. And okay, go ahead. Tell me more about that. What happened?
So then he comes back and he says, we got to the 15th of we went under contract on March 29th, I think it was, or 30th, somewhere around there. And he came to me and he said, around the 15th, when I thought we were getting ready to go close, because I had never done this before other than buying a house. He says, oh no, I haven't even started the closing yet, but I found a buyer to buy in with me. And I was like, what? And he said, I'm probably going to have to, amend the contract or something. I said, well, if you amend it to go lower, you can forget it.
Yeah. And, wow. So he called you to so basically besides him not obviously buying the property, he make up the story that he had a buyer. And then also he comes back and asks you for a price reduction.
He was thinking about it. Yeah. He kind of hinted to it and I stopped him in his tracks. So then when it got closer to the time, I kept telling him, I am looking for a place. Will you please tell me what is going on?
Yeah.
And he wouldn't answer me. So I lost out on 3 different places because I couldn't give them an answer.
But I'm assuming you probably had like what, a $5,000 non-refundable earnest money on that?
Nope. He put $250 down.
Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah. See, and like I said, this is my first time doing this. And then he comes back yesterday because we were supposed to close today. Like I still have the email from the closing attorney. She sent it on Tuesday and said, we need to set a closing date. I have the title clear and everything is ready to go. And so then yesterday he comes back and he says, well, the buyer that I had in place backed out. And I was like,
wow.
The buyer you had in place, what are you a real estate agent or are you an investor?
Yeah,
are you
direct buyer.
What are you doing?
That's terrible.
Yeah, and then he says, well, I talked to 2 other people and buyers as well, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And so he led me along for an entire month.
Jeez. Oh my goodness. That's terrible. And it's something we're seeing, unfortunately, in our business. When I talk to sellers, and a lot of times what happens, I'm going to share a story with you. This happened to Stacy a while back. Same thing, right? I was talking to Stacy just like you, and she wasn't under contract. So basically, she's like, Max, I really need to get the most. I needed to get the most out of this property and say, hey, that's fine. It's your house. I totally get it. And my question was, are you looking to get the most? Or are you looking to get an offer you can depend on? And obviously she's like, asked me, well, was there a different? And basically what, she went with, long story short, she went with the highest offer. And I told her to look out for certain things. And I don't think she asked for that because what's happening is that people are getting these properties under contract. And what's happening is this exactly what happened to you. They're not the buyer or they either come and then try to get a price reduction for absolutely no reason, which this is what it sounded like. Is that what happened? I mean, what was his justification for the price drop?
Oh, the price drop was huge too. And we're not talking like, if he would have come back and said, okay, I got to go down $5,000. I would have probably said, 99% of the time, I would have probably said, okay. But the fact that he wasted my time, that factored into the fact of I'm not going to say, okay.
So when you say it was huge, what do you mean by that?
He went from 170 down to 130.
Wow.
And really only wanted to do 125.
$40,000 2 days before closing?
Yep.
How did you feel about that?
the easiest going person in the world too. You make me mad.
Yeah.
And,
no, I get it. I mean, that's terrible. That's really terrible.
Yeah, and then he wanted to list me on what did he call it? The investors program or something, where he would be like my agent. And I'm just like, dude, I can do this myself. You know, if I wanted to hire somebody, I'll go find a real estate agent who I'm going to pay $10,000 to, probably in commissions, to do it, or I can do it myself. I found this house on Facebook Marketplace of all places. The guy that sold it to me did not have it on a realtor, did not have it listed.
So it was owner when you bought it.
Right.
Yeah. So, Robin, so just kind of recap here what I'm hearing. So obviously we know that you're wanting to sell because obviously there's a lot going on with the property itself, you know, with tenant situations. It sounds like you've already know what it's going to cost to make the repairs. And, you know, obviously it sounds to me that maybe that's a little bit more than what you're willing to dish out for it. And that's why you decided to sell and you went under contract with this individual who obviously sounds like he didn't know what he was doing, you know, and that's terrible. You know, you sound in really good spirits, you know, in regards to what happened, but that's a very bad situation where he came back and tried to price drop you $40,000. I mean, you know, with all that being said, is there anything else I'm missing on there? I mean, besides what you share with me, that anything else you would like to share with me in regards to selling the property?
He's one of the greatest guys I've ever met. Huge inspiration. You know, the advice he gave me made me like $50,000 in 1 hour. A super fucking human. He just doesn't go up. He doesn't quit. He's one of the most well-known salespeople out there, sales trainers in the fucking country. Very impressive guy. Give it up for my guy, Matt and Sarah Jimenez, baby.